Hello everyone and a very warm welcome. LiveScore are proud global sponsors of La Liga, and in order to celebrate our sponsorship and what was a very memorable 2020-21 La Liga season, we've reviewed all the best moments to bring you what we think are the standout performers from another captivating campaign. So, welcome to the LiveScore end of season La Liga Awards. And it feels only right to start by crowning the best player in the league this year. Dean, will you please do the honours?
The best player from this season was Lionel Messi of FC Barcelona. Now, I wasn't sure I would be saying this because he started the season pretty slowly by Messi standards. He had one goal from his first La Liga matches, but this is Messi, right? He's ended up with 30 goals, 9 assists from 35 appearances. There were some perfect performances along the way, some amazing individual goals, incredible free kicks. Of course, there were. FC Barcelona weren't as consistent as they'd have liked to have been throughout the season. But one thing you could be sure of was that Messi was always going to be a constant, and he just built up throughout the season, got better and better. He was there to save them when he was needed. He was just one of the gang when they were all in their flow. And look, he developed their on-pitch relationship with Antoine Griezmann, which also got better and better as the season wore on. Messi is 33 now. People might think he's getting past it, but look, he's still Messi. He's still the best player in the league.
Yeah, it's tough to argue with that. Sam, we'll move then on to the best signing.
Yeah, okay, so this is Luis Suarez for me from Atletico de Madrid. He was signed for, reports put it at about 7 million euros, which, I mean, based on what we've seen over the last 7 or 8 months, looks like an absolute bargain. I mean, Suarez's experience, his pedigree, and obviously, most importantly, his goals helped steer Atletico forward and helped them carve out a big lead at the top of the table, and then helped them finish the job on the final day. 21 goals in La Liga. And if you ever thought this might be his biggest challenge of his career, I think the fact that he was sat on the pitch in tears on a video call after the final whistle against Real Valladolid probably suggested it was. He had to suffer, but he was chief among those getting it done for Atletico, and it meant a lot to him. You could see that.
Yeah, I mean, one of his toughest challenges, and he's just succeeded in it. I'm going to move us on to the next one, I think, which is the best Spanish player, which I'm giving to Gerard Moreno of Villarreal CF. 23 La Liga goals for Gerard, the top scoring Spaniard in La Liga yet again. Incredible performances on a consistent basis, helped Villarreal to a European finish and a European final. Now, we talked about him on a You Need to Know on here, and it's just because he has been so exceptionally consistent throughout the course of this season. We talked about him ghosting into space, being the kind of free radical in Unai Emery's Villarreal attack, and he has had another absolutely magnificent season. So that's 3 awards and 3 attackers rewarded so far. Let's show the other side of the game some love. Dean, who was the best goalkeeper?
The best goalkeeper was Jan Oblak of Atletico de Madrid. Look, he's always amazing, right? He's got the best reflexes in the game. But I think he even improved this season, to be honest with you, specifically when it came to saving penalties. He saved 1 in March. He saved 1 in April. He saved 1 in May. And Atleti won 2 of those games by a scoreline of 1-0. Very, very important. Think back through the season, right? Beyond that, there were those full stretch saves that he makes where he just tips them over the bar when the ball seems like it's heading for the top corner. It's those saves that are firmly in the memory bank from this season. He was a big, big reason as to why Atletico Madrid were able to win La Liga.
Yeah, and he became the first player ever to win a 5th Ricardo Zamora award for the best goalkeeper in the league. So I think that one very much well deserved. How about best defender, Sam?
Yeah, this was tougher, and I'm going to give it to Jules Koundé of Sevilla FC because I think he probably edges all the other candidates in terms of consistency. I think he was consistently excellent, and over the course of the last season, I think a lot of people have woken up to the fact that this is one of the game's finest young centre-backs. He has every tool in the locker that you would like from a modern centre-back. He has the speed, he's got the spring, he's got the dribbling and carrying ability, and he's got those defensive mechanics as well. And Sevilla FC were very, very difficult to topple for a lot of this campaign defensively, and Koundé was their star.
Yeah, and that's forced him back into the France squad for the European Championships this summer, which is huge. Let's throw it back to attackers because I want to talk best young player. And I'm going for Pedri of FC Barcelona. He was dropped into a Barcelona team who were figuring a lot of things out, and he shone from the word go. At the age of 17, obviously bought from Las Palmas, we thought perhaps he was one for the future. No. Absolutely not. He immediately became a key cog in this FC Barcelona team, played 3 or 4 different positions to a high level. He was phased by absolutely nothing. He's got a senior Spain call up. And I think maybe the most important thing here is you can tell that the senior Barcelona players, you're talking your Lionel Messi, your Sergio Busquets, they trust him implicitly. They give him the ball, they let him do what he needs to do, and they just sort of have that confidence that he's going to make the right decisions. And that means so much as a young player in a team which has been so dominant, you know, over the course of the last decade. To be trusted by those players who have been absolutely remarkable for Barcelona is something that I think means that he's going to go on to be an absolute star in the future, if he isn't already. Dean, should we go on to your biggest surprise?
Yeah, I mean, some might put up an argument that it should be Pedri given his breakthrough this season, but the biggest surprise of the La Liga season was Cadiz CF, a newly promoted team with a fraction of the budget of the biggest teams. They were sailing to safety with ease. They finished 12th and they won 11 games along the way. This was really, really impressive stuff. And they beat Real Madrid and Barcelona in the first half of the season, got us to a really nice start. They beat Athletic Club, they beat Valencia as well. Huge credits to them for settling so well and just taking everything in their stride.
Yeah, and I'm sure their fans will be absolutely over the moon to be able to get to games next season and see their side in the top tier, right? You saw the celebrations last summer when they came up, and you're gonna see so much more of that next season, which is obviously really nice to see. Sam, what's up next?
Yeah, I'm going to go for La Liga's greatest warriors, and that's warriors like soldiers, not warriors like concerned citizens. And I'm going to go for Granada CF, who have been through a lot in this historic campaign, and they've come through it somehow. Absolutely beset by injuries at different points, and beset by injuries in specific positions. Like one week they'll have no right backs, then another week they'll have no centre mids. The following week, turns out we have no strikers, but it didn't faze them. Diego Martinez, the manager, he did such a fantastic job of just getting his team through this campaign. There was a point where so many were ruled out due to COVID-19 that they had to field half a youth team against Real Sociedad. They began the season so early due to the pre-qualifying rounds in European competition, and they made it through the groups into the knockouts. They had a historic season, but they had to play so many games to be able to do this. And somehow they've come through it. I think a lot of teams would have folded under this pressure, but Granada did not.
Yeah, not Granada, not under Diego Martinez. You know they were going to fight till the very end. We're going breakout star next, and I'm picking Bryan Gil from SD Eibar, on loan from Sevilla FC, 20-year-old winger, 4 goals, 3 assists, an absolute shed load of chances created, and even more dribbles. Shot to prominence thanks to his loan and starred despite SD Eibar's relegation, earned his first senior Spain caps as well. Throwing it forward, you know, you're looking at his club, Sevilla FC, and you think, yeah, he is a player for their future. He is tiny, but he has the aggression of someone like Lucas Ocampos, and I'll be really intrigued to see if those two are played together in a future wing tandem for Sevilla FC. So absolutely one for the future. What a campaign from Bryan Gil. 2 to go now. Sam, what was your funniest moment?
Yeah, we need some lightheartedness here, don't we? Funniest moment for me. We're going to stick with SD Eibar. We're going to go with Marko Dimitrovic scoring a penalty, which in ordinary circumstances wouldn't be funny at all. But this was a goalkeeper taking and scoring a penalty. It's what we all want to see. Now, Eibar had some problems earlier in the season with penalties. Edu Esposito and Sergi Enric had both missed penalties already. They brought in Esteban Burgos. He scored a couple, but he wasn't on the pitch in January when Eibar were given a penalty against Atletico de Madrid. And guess what? They turn to the keeper. Dimitrovic trots forward. He scores. It's fantastic. So then they give him the next one in March and he misses. So you've got the goalkeeper scrambling back to his own goal after missing the penalty, which is, again, everything we like to see. It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It was loads of fun. Shouts out to them for just going for it, really. And shouts out to Dimitrovic for having, the bottle to be like, yep, I got it. Don't worry about it. It's all mine. But lastly, Dean, let's put the individual awards away and hand out a team one. Who are your team of the season?
Yeah, let's end with the ultimate honour, shall we? Team of the season has to be Atletico de Madrid. They did it. They held on. They had a double-digit points lead in January. And people thought, okay, they can steamroller it from here. Or they can start to have a really, really tough time and suffer and understand what it takes to really hold off those big clubs in La Liga and win this title. And look, they did suffer. People did doubt them at times, but they came through it. They held their nerve with 4 wins in 5 games at the end when they really needed it to. They came up with big performances, and so many different players stepped up at different times. Let's just flick through some of the highlights, shall we? A Carrasco winner and a 1-0 victory over Barcelona. Amazing through April and May. Suarez scores 21 goals after joining them at the start of the season, proving to everybody that he's still got plenty left in the tank. There's Marcos Llorente, absolutely brilliant, plays 4 different positions across the course of the season, superb in all of them.
And the rest.
Yeah, true. Angel Correa scores some crucial goals likewise, but ultimately there's that one on the final day that really helps them get over the line with that equaliser that spurs them on before they go and win the game and win the title. Mario Hermosa, he lives up to his potential. Of course he does. Koke, the homegrown captain. And Jan Oblak, we've already mentioned him once, but let's give him a shout out again, because without him, they probably wouldn't have clinched the league title. But it was a real great team ethic this season. Diego Simeone capturing everything that you need to win La Liga.
Yeah, it was a magnificent performance, especially, as you say, after having that wobble to see it through at the end and get it done. It was remarkable from Atleti. So all credit to them. It's been a lot of awards, and we know there'll be debate. And if you want to chuck your 2 cents worth in, you can hit up LiveScore on pretty much any of the social media platforms. We'll be back soon to talk the European competitions and the European championships here on LiveScore.